Ducked off low key, yeah, you know me. Kickin' with Tyree, hit it 3 like Kyrie.
Start off by that.
Yes, I'm Kiana Naghshineh. I live in Germany, and I made an animated short film called With Tapes and Toast in the Car, which will be screened this year at the festival.
That's beautiful. Tell me a little bit about what sparked this story for you. Where did this story begin for you? Was it with grief or with your animation or with your imagination?
I was first developing another short story, and during that process, someone close to my family got the message they have cancer and that it will be terminal. So they got 1 year approximately from the doctors. And so while I wrote the other story, I kept thinking about it. Like I could not think not about it. It was with me all the time. So more and more the story became what it is now, basically. So by a real life event basically influenced my writing a lot.
Why was space kind of the right metaphor for you for someone trying to escape reality?
I think space overall is a good metaphor for a lot of things, I guess. But for me, it was a good way to confront death in a way, because it's so infinitive, it's so big. We don't know, like there's so much we don't know about it. Like there is something beyond our knowledge, what happens in space. And I think the same way about death in a way. Sort of physically what happens, the person stops breathing, but I mean, what happens? What happens afterwards? Are the people gone? I mean, there are many religions. People sort of try to hang on and believing in something beyond death. And to me, this was very matching with what I think about space. So what's beyond? Like there is so much more. Is there life? Is there what? Like there are so many questions open, and I think it's sort of comforting when a loved one is gone, to sort of believe that they're not fully gone. Like there's something beyond, like they leave something with you.
How did you visually create this world that you were trying to create for the characters? What was the visual spark for that?
Visually, I got inspired a lot by Soviet propaganda posters from the 50s. They made like a lot of propaganda for their cosmonauts and like the missions they had, and actual Leica. And they are very bold and colorful. It's very beautiful, and those colors basically helped me to build up the color palette for the colorful film. So it was like a high contrast and being sort of very flat, and this was very inspiring for me.
Sorry, I'm just trying to process and also ask questions.
Yeah, sure. It's also late for you.
And I did a bunch this morning. And how did you like develop a rhythm between the characters, especially trying to develop a rhythm with the animation, the edit, is there voiceover as well featured in this?
Yes, the characters have a dialogue.
Okay. How did you develop a rhythm and space for that?
Yeah, long process for sure. I think the space scene is the scene it took the longest. And even while we started animating the other scenes, I was still sort of figuring out what happens at space. And one important element is the music, of course. So it's like full-on music, and I had this one very early on from our composer. So he made the music, and based on that, it really helped me to tie the rhythm in space together. So I first had the music, and on top, you were right, there is a voiceover by Laika, who has this kind of alien voice. So also this was the decision that developed over a long time, because at first she was speaking German, like all the other characters do. But it was really disturbing the flow, because we were sort of meditating in space, and then you have this German voiceover. So we changed it into this kind of musical alien voiceover, sort of, to keep the flow.
Okay. What does this film teach you about your relationship with your own mortality?
I mean, it's not teaching in that sense, I think, but yeah, good question. What I think one way to see, or how I see it, is that that even if your body will be gone, that something of you will remain. And it's either, I mean, in a physical way, your body dissolves into particles that become other parts of the earth, like in a very physical way. Your body dissolves, your skin goes into earth, or whatever you do. If you burn your body, then like something happens with your body that sort of remains in the atmosphere. But most of all, of course, you keep memories of someone who's not with you anymore. So in that sense, I think if mortality is, the person will not be there for new memories, but the person is still somehow there, I think.
Yeah, I've always kind of had this thing: if I die, plant me as a tree.
Yeah, it
Just
makes
plant a tree
sense.
on top of me, and then you can always come visit me.
Yes, I think it's beautiful. And I think it will really help the people who stay alive without you, basically, those close to you, that they have something they can go on to. And while I developed the film, I was talking to some people who had cancer and who passed away now. And I recently looked up one social media, and he passed away 2 years ago already. But you still see in his comments, like he still has new comments once in a while by people telling him something, missing him, sending him a message. And I think that's basically the tree, right? But in social media, that it gives them comfort to go there, and they sort of know he's not there. I don't think that they are all crazy and believe that he will answer, but there's still this message I want to send to you, and I hope you receive it wherever you are, kind of.
That's beautiful. What conversations does this project open up for you within your own life?
I think it really, I mean, this is like sort of kitschy thing to say, or the obvious one, but it's really, what do I enjoy? Like, I want to spend time with my loved ones, for like try to make memories as much as I can with them. So once they are not there anymore, that I still have them with me. I think this really, the process of making this film really, what's the word for it? Manifested this in me, that I want to spend more time like that. And also, I mean, this film was based on my aunt. And it was so interesting that when we've met her for the last time, how like she opened up and told me so many stories of herself and my mother when they were young, and it's stories only they know. My mom didn't tell me, and I don't think she would. It also involves them like partying, going out, and doing like this what young girls do, and it was so. And she just started telling me those stories, and I feel I'm so grateful for that, because there's no other way that I would ever find out about this other side of my mother, of this young girl she was. And I feel that for my aunt, it was sort of her mission to tell me those stories, right? It's like, listen, I tell you everything I know. And it really felt like she wanted to leave something behind for me that like knew. That was super. I'm so grateful. It was like a super big gift I'm carrying with me from her. For
That's
sure.
beautiful. How do you want the audience to feel after leaving the theater watching your short?
Not too sad, maybe a bit, I guess, but more. Yeah, it's a good question. I thought of cozy, I think. Would be the answer.
Okay,
I'm really,
I like that.
yeah, I didn't want it to be devastating, though the subject matter, of course, is very sad. But and this is how I experienced it in my family, that no one really focused on the very sad thing, because it's sad already. So let's try to make the best out of it. And I think that's the feeling I wanted to transfer. And I think, yeah, coziness, like cuddling up in your family. This is what you have, your family, and let's cuddle together in the cinema, maybe.
I love
How did you
that.
feel?
I actually didn't have the opportunity to watch it fully, and
Yeah, okay. So you don't know the
I'm
ending?
hoping. I do not know the ending.
Okay.
That's why I've been straying away from asking
Yeah,
about
okay.
things within the film, because I don't want to spoil it for myself either.
Yes.
And I'm not sure if Lucy sent me the link to your film. I'll have to check.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll watch it tonight if I have time. But it's been a long couple weeks, so I haven't
Of
had
course, I think there's a
any
lot of
time to
film
do
spots.
anything. Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
been, and I was at Sundance a couple weeks ago. So
Okay, too.
post Sundance, I was trying to watch a lot of films, and then I had a bunch of interviews that I had to edit that I'm still editing. I don't think I'll ever finish sometimes. But
So,
we
and
did
are you
so
already
many.
preparing for the next festival, or do you have some free time afterwards?
I'm preparing for South by right now, so it's like I'm doing interviews for South by. I'm editing still for Sundance, and hopefully by next week I'll be fully done with Sundance, at least scheduled, and then I'll come back, and then I'll be able
Keeps you
to
busy. Yeah.
give me a week or so where I have nothing, because I think this week I have a bunch of interviews, but next week I don't really have that many. So maybe the week before South by, I'll kind of have a break and be able to just relax a little bit.
Yeah.
My last question for you is going to be, if you had one last car ride with the people you love, what would you put on the mixtape?
Oh, what would I put on the mixtape? I guess, I mean, if it was my last car ride, for sure, my entire family would sit in it. And since it is a Iranian family, there would be probably some Gugush playing, who is a very big Iranian singer, my mom's favorite. And I think that would be a mixtape of her bangers.
I love that. And that's all I have for you today. I want to thank you first for kicking it with me and spending time with me in your morning.
Ducked off low key, yeah, you know me. Kick it with Tyree, hit it 3 like Kyrie.